line, a pickup of 12 as Harsh connects with Reifschneider. First catch of the night for the big play. Target for Scottsbluff, Keegan Reifschneider.
Good route. That was a great throw. That was a long out pattern. And, you know, we were clear over here on the right hash. Keegan was on the left side, ran the out toward the McCook sideline. And Harsh had to throw that ball a long way, and he put it on the money.
10 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. 3-point lead for Scottsbluff. Fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. Snap, handoff to Busby. Immediate cutback run, nothing doing. Jerome there on the stump. He has been everywhere here tonight. You knew he would be. 6'3", 235. He's just a football player. That's what they build him with Jeff Gross and the staff at McCook. Under 10 minutes to play in this third quarter. 16-13 the lead for the Cats. Harsh checks the play card. He gets the signal from offensive coordinator Judson Holm. Reifschneider comes out to the right where Favre waits on him defensively. Couple of big play dudes right there. Double tight set. 2nd down and 11. Harsh running right. And a good job by, you guessed it, DJ Gross sniffing that one out, scraping down the line of scrimmage. Ran past a would-be blocker and makes the stop after a gain of 2. For Harsh, it'll be 3rd down and 9. Huge play defensively here for McCook. Behind on the scoreboard by 3. Scottsbluff has picked up a 1st down early in this third quarter already. And you've got to make the stop when it's there in front of you. And on 3rd and 9, this is a must-have stop if you're Jeff Gross and the Bison, you would think. Double tight set, ball right hash. 3rd down and 9, 8:40 to play. Already 3:20 taken off the clock. Straight drop Harsh. Got a little pressure. That ball is tipped by Gross. Knocks that one down. He came up off the rush, read the pass, and then just got a big old left paw up to knock it down. And the Bison have held here on Scottsbluff's opening drive of the third quarter. 8 minutes, 34 seconds to play. So Cameron Geary will punt it away. 36.5-yard average on the season. Cam Berry back to receive the punt. He stands at his own 30-yard line. Geary waits at his own 24. Gets the snap. They're going to try and kick it away from Berry. They do. Kevin Price will down the football here. And the Bison will take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. So the McCook defense up to the task to start the second half. Mike, and I'm just curious to see what happens here in this half after all those adjustments that were made.
Yeah, well, we have that play where Busby's been running a lot of, as soon as he gets it, he's planting and cutting back almost like a counter play. And McCook's adjusted to that, at least as far as the first drive goes.
Stopped it twice.
Yeah, we'll see what the Bearcats have in store defensively.
DJ Gross goes from right side to left side as the tight end shift spots. Cam Berry, and he's going to give it off to Sainert, and not much happening there. Who was that on the stop? I think Luke Rohr first to arrive. Cameron Geary also up from his safety spot. Helping out on the tackle. Sainert gets 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Already about to dip under the 8-minute mark here in this third quarter.
Good responsibility football by the Bearcat defense that time. That's tough to do when they run that quick veer option type. Looks like just a fullback dive, but that quarterback's reading that, and pretty soon he'll pull it and go and run the triple option.
I'll send a man in motion out of the backfield. That's Favre. Let's see if they look to get him into a pass route. Berry steps up. Pass is, undercutting the route was Geary. Thought he might have a pick. He might have touched it, and then Favre had a chance to reel it in, and he would have gone for 6. Could not find the football after it got touched and popped up in the air.
Thank goodness.
Because that was 6 waiting to happen if he locates it.
If you're going to commit and come up on that ball, you better get a big piece of it. Either knock it down or catch it or knock it up in the air for your teammates to come help you. But there was nobody there that time.
They tried to hide Favre just a little bit. Start him in the backfield, motion him out, see if they could get a matchup. Now we've got a whistle and the flag flies. McCook offensive line clapping and pointing. This looks like it could be on Scottsbluff. Just overzealous before really anybody got set at the line of scrimmage. That's just a total miscue.
I wonder if we lined up offsides.
Boy, from 3rd and 9 to 3rd and 4, that's a big 5-yard mark-off.
Yeah, we don't need to help them at all.
Yeah, they're good enough the way it is, and now that opens up the entire offensive playbook at this point.
Yep.
7 minutes and 30 seconds to play. Clock runs. Receiver out here to the left. Faber, the big guy, the big play guy, out to the right. 2 backs with Barry standing straight up. Now crouches. They're going to run. Little option. Barry loses the football. It's recovered by the Bearcats. Sebastian Harsh falls on the fumble.
Wowee. Big turnover for the Bearcat defense.
Scottsbluff gets their second turnover of the night. And it is 16-13, and the Cats will have it. First down and 10 with 7:15 to play here in the third quarter.
This is big, Chris. You know, that was a big turnover, obviously, but now you got a chance to do something with it and maybe get up 2 scores. So don't want to put a lot of pressure on them, but this is a big drive here. You're 30 yards away. Find a way to get some points.
7 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the third quarter. 3-point lead for Scottsbluff. Great starting field position here at the 30. Handoff goes to Busby. Slips a defender to the secondary. Busby loose at the 10. At the 5. Tackled. Falls forward into the end zone. 30 more yards to Pater for Chris Busby. What a night. He's over 200 yards rushing against the McCook Bison. 22-13. It's a 2-score game already without the PAT. Busby. And that is tough, hard running right there, Mike. He's breaking tackles. A career night for Chris Busby at this point.
That was another awesome run by Chris. Up to 202 yards on the night. Just what the Bearcats needed.
Caleb Walker's PAT is good. 7:07 to play in the third quarter. Scottsbluff leading 23-13 on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
Why should you come out to Double L Country Store in Banner County? Because we serve locally raised beef, chicken, and bison, and our hamburger buns, cabbage burgers, and pies are homemade every day. Breakfast is served daily from 8 to 11, with all-you-can-eat pancakes on Saturday. Or join us Friday nights for Burger Fest. Choose from 6 specialty burgers or build your own. And for dessert, make sure you save room for one of our homemade milkshakes. We are worth the drive here at Double L Country Store on Highway 71, just 10 minutes south of the Wildcats.
Third touchdown run of the night for Chris Busby. It is the number 6 show offensively. The senior is having himself a ball game here tonight. 3 touchdowns, over 200 yards rushing, and the Cats lead by 10. The Bison on the kick return. They've got some space with Cam Berry out across the 25, and Garrett Nelson. Now, who made the tackle? I did not see. Who made that? Might have been Paris Magdaleno along the sideline, shoving Berry out of bounds. They got him pushed out shy of the 30. Now they're going to put the football right at the 30, left hash mark. 7 minutes to play here in the third, and a 10-point lead feels like about 3 touchdowns right now.
Oh, come on, defense.
7 minutes even left in this third quarter. Busby getting stretched out here on the near sideline by James Buck. Down right in front of us. 1st and 10 for the Bison, a very key drive right here. Quick toss goes to Sainer. Cutback run, design, they've got it blocked. Good job by Krull to keep outside contained. Help arrives, and that's a nice gainer from McCook on first down, but I think they were hoping to hit a much bigger play than the 8 yards they picked up. Good job by Jacob Krull staying home, and eventually from his corner spot, forcing the running back to come back inside instead of staying along the boundary.
Tried to take advantage of the Bearcats' really good defensive pursuit. We get guys flying at the ball, so they ran that play like a sweep to the right, designed cut back to the left, and yeah, it wasn't too far from being a big play for him.
First time we've seen the I formation tonight for McCook. Power running football, and that's Paxton Terry from the I-back spot, picking up 3, needed 2, so that's a chain mover for the Bison. Terry for a 3-yard pickup. Violas, Nelson around the football on the stop. 6 minutes, 45 seconds to play. 1st and 10 for McCook. Jeremiah Delzer trying to hype his teammates up defensively right now for the Cats. Receiver out to the right. 2 backs in the backfield, and Barry is back in the shotgun formation. 23-13 Scottsbluff. Snap, handoff, Terry to the second level. Terry still on his feet across midfield. Tackled across the Scottsbluff 45-yard line. Delzer on the tackle. Pick up a 14 for Paxton Terry. Good looking veer dive play that time to the big guy.
Unbalanced line too to the right, and they ran it to the strength side of it. Nice little veer right off of between the guard and tackle over there, and man, that opened up.
23-13 the score. Cats lead by 10. McCook in Scottsbluff territory with it. 1st and 10 at the Bearcat 44. Ball just inside the right hash. Barry under center. Takes the snap. Quick toss. They've got Bunger. He's more of a quick guy in the backfield. Open field tackle, Jacob Krull. Ball comes out. Bunger was down. A gain of 4 to the 40-yard line. So Bison will take that all day and twice on Sunday. A 4-yard gain on first. It'll be 2nd down and 6. They went to the more speed type back and the quick toss trying to. Chris is limping around down here on the sideline still. Busby got stretched out earlier trying to walk it off, so he's not on the field defensively. Krull out there on the right cornerback spot in place of Busby at the moment. Twins left, single wide out to the right. Terry moves from left to right in the backfield. Flanking Barry. Barry takes the snap. It goes to Paxton Terry on the handoff. Terry, line of scrimmage 40. He takes it for a pickup of 3 to the 37-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd down and about 3 yards to go now for McCook. Feels like they're just going to run 2 plays and keep it on the ground here, but if they're going to go for it on 4th, maybe they take a shot. I don't see Favre unless he's that half back to the right. It is not. That's Bunger motioning out to a tight slot. Fake, they're going to roll right. They've got Bunger wide open. Pass is caught at the 25 by Bunger. A flood route to the right side. They had a receiver at 3 different levels. They went to level 2. Bunger on the catch. On the play action, design roll to the right. Line of scrimmage, the 37. And that play takes the football to the 23. A gain of 14. Barry to Bunger. Great design on that play call.
That was a very well designed play, and they executed it. He had Garrett Nelson breathing down his neck from the backside too, so good thing he got rid of it when he did.
Yeah, Barry's a cool cat. Sainert on the carry, hard running senior, still on his feet. Slipped a tackle from Nelson. Gary, also Luke Rohr, Sebastian Harsh out on the perimeter helping out on the stop. McCook has it inside the Bearcat 20 to the 19, a gain of 4. They're going to mark it at the 18, a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 now for the Bison on a huge offensive possession, and so far they are moving the football down the field. Terry to the right of Barry. Snap to Barry. Under pressure. Steps up. And he's going to slide down inside the 15. He'll be about a yard shy of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd down and 1 coming up. A gain of 4 for Cameron Barry. Well, he's a tough customer, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Solid player. Knows when to just tuck it and run. And
very, very heady. That's what you need.
Unbalanced to the right again.
Scottsbluff showing pressure. Hard count. Bison, we've got a ball loose. It's fumbled. McCook picks it up. That's going to be a first down. I don't think the player who picked the football up was ever down. It was Gabe Sainert. I thought he picked it up without his knee touching. They're going to mark it, though, at the 20, so they're going to say Seinert's knee was down. He looked a little bit incredulous at the call. That might have influenced my opinion just a bit. 4th and 1. What a play coming up. That's a long one, too.
Answer the bell.
4th and 2 on the scoreboard, more like 1.5 on the field. DJ Gross moves to the tight end right side. Scottsbluff shifting the line. Handoff, falling forward. Did he get there? Boy, it's going to be awful close.
I think he did, Chris.
Boy, it is close, Mike.
Not that I have eagle eyes.
I definitely don't. I don't think he got it.
Bearcats
I think he's short. First down. Not even a measurement. Scottsbluff gets the stop. 2:22 to play in the third quarter, and the Bearcat defense comes up with a mega stop on 4th and about 1.5.
Man, that is mega.
Wow.
They were moving the ball, had some momentum.
Things looked disjointed at the snap, too. The Bearcats were
We
shifting
started
all over
moving
the
around,
place.
yeah.
I thought for a second maybe the Cats had jumped, but no flag, and just total chaos in the trenches on that play.
That's how we like it.
2:22 left in the third. Handoff comes to Busby, knocked off his mark by DJ Gross. Gross is everywhere defensively.
Do we give a McCook's Taco John's player of the game?
Good grief. This
Man.
guy's making tackles left, right, everywhere, knocking down footballs in the passing game. South Dakota commit. Loss of 1. Loss of 1 for Chris Busby. Under 2 minutes, under 1 minute and 50 seconds to play here in this quarter. Shotgun snap. They fake the handoff to Chris. Sebastian Harsh on the quarterback keep across the 15-yard line. They'll mark him at the 16, a pickup of 3. Now we're near the Scottsbluff coach's box. They're up and to our right. Assistant coach Derek Deaver, he is pretty excited about what's going on. I can hear him from where we're at, one level below. He's usually pretty calm. It's a big game tonight.
Yeah.
Third down coming up for the Bearcats. 3rd and 8. Started with a 1 yard loss for Busby. Got 3 from Harsh on the ground. And now 1 minute and 5 seconds to play in the quarter. Snap to Harsh. Harsh on the quarterback keep. He's going to be shy of the first down. And it'll be a punting situation. Line of scrimmage was the 16. Harsh runs it out to the 22. He got 6. They needed 8. And now a punting situation for the Cats. Fourth down and 2. .27 seconds left. Sebastian Harsh hustling back onto the field. He'll be the up back in this punt formation. They were one player short. Cameron Gary, line drive kick across midfield. Cam Berry is going to make the heads-up play there. Had it taken the correct bounce he wanted, he would have fielded that thing and tried to make something happen, as is. Down by Paris Magdaleno. And the Bison will have it. 12 seconds to play in the third quarter. 16-13 at halftime. Chris Busby with a 30-yard touchdown run with 7:07 to play in the third quarter. And it's a double-digit 10-point lead, 23-13 for Scottsbluff. 12 seconds left in this third quarter. Before we get to the deciding 12 minutes here tonight, Barry pumps the leg, brings Sainert in motion. That gives him trips to the short side. Barry. Good job by Jack Darnell. Read that play immediately, stepped inside the blocker and stopped Barry for a 1 yard loss. Big play by the junior outside linebacker, Jack Darnell. The horn sounds. The home fans are on their feet. Scottsbluff 12 minutes away and a 10-point lead on the McCook Bison here on the West Coast scoreboard.
Care Heilbrunn State Farm agent is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbrunn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Chris Cottrell, Mike Colley. We head to the deciding fourth quarter here tonight. Cats on top of McCook, 23-13. Our podcast page, always with our archived high school sports broadcasts at kneb.com, brought to you by First State Bank of Scottsbluff and Gehring. Second down and 11 for the Bison to start the final stanza here tonight. And they're going to need a drive, make that two of them at some point. Barry hoists one. That ball's going to be too long. Coverage was there for Keegan Reifschneider. Keegan is a little bit lame. Coming up a little bit lame, limping back to his spot defensively. Intended receiver had to have been Favre. It was Favre on the long ball down the middle. So third down and 11 now for the Bison. What a big play this would be if Scottsbluff can get a stop. Winner gets the 2 seed in Class B. Playoffs start next Friday night. Favre in motion, stops right around the line. Snap to Barry. Barry dumps it off into the flat. Good open field tackle. Jeremiah Delzer says, "You're not going any further, Mr. Paxton Terry," as he stops him after a gain of 5. Barry with the flat route delivery to Terry. Delzer with the solo tackle in space. A pickup of 5 and a fourth down situation now. 7 yards to go for the Bison. They show no bit of worry at this point. They're just going to punt it away and continue to play football. High snap. And Favre goes up to get it. Fair catch called for and made by Reifschneider at around the 19-yard line. 10-point lead, 23-13. Scottsbluff up by 2 scores. 11-10 to play in the fourth quarter. And now they've got the football back. This will be their second possession with this 2-score lead. Garrett Nelson standing around the sideline right next to offensive coordinator Judd Hall, just in case he's needed. Been dealing with a little bit of a AC joint injury on that left shoulder. He's missed some snaps each of the last 2 weeks. I don't think he's played a snap yet offensively tonight. Cruel in motion. Designed cutback run for Busby, and you called that earlier in the half, Mike, early on. That run has kind of been put to bed by the Bison, at least here so far in the second half. A gain of 2 for Chris.
They've adjusted pretty well to it as compared to what was going on in the first half.
10 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the ball game tonight. 23-13. Ball between the hash marks. Scottsbluff to the line of scrimmage. Diolis, the offset fullback. Busby to the left of Harsh in the shotgun. Wing to the right is Jacob Cruel. Play action pass. Harsh. That pass is caught by Jack Darnell out across the 40. Tackled at the 44-yard line, a gain of 22. Another rifle shot. That ball was on the money and in a hurry from Sebastian Harsh. Harsh to Darnell, 22 yards and a chain mover. Fresh set of downs now for this Scottsbluff offensive unit.
Really good route and great pass. Put right on the money, hit Darnell in stride. Good coverage. I mean, it's a good football game. A lot of things done right. Offensive line gave us good time to get that pass off. And love watching good football, Chris.
Both of these teams have had a lot of blowouts in the last 5 weeks. And it is one of the fun ones to watch here tonight. Handoff to Cruel. He has yet to get on track so far tonight. Sainert arrives, also Langen on the stop. And Cruel tackled for a loss of 1. Just his 3rd carry of the night after seeing his workload ramped up over the last month or so.
Yeah, they've got his numbers so far tonight. A lot of the side-to-side stuff, McCook's got pretty good speed, and they do a great job of stringing it out. Where we've kind of broke our stuff is, I think, more up the middle.
And literally broken it with tackles and some missed assignments or busted plays that have given Busby some of these long runs. Hard count's going to reward Scottsbluff for 5.
Yeah, we need a free 5. We'll take it. Thank you.
McCook's getting a little edgy, I think. Down 10, 9:23 left in the game. Scottsbluff with the football.
It's not a very familiar position for him.
It is not. Chris Busby is having a night. Over 200 yards rushing against this Bison defensive front, or unit, I should say. Chris to the left of Harsh in the shotgun. Nelson now in at that fullback spot. He will be the lead blocker running right, and running into a massive humanity is Busby. No gain on the play, stopped at the line of scrimmage. And on the tackle that time for the Bison was Connor Kleckner. He's had a good game along the defensive line. Langen, Kleckner, Jerome have all played well. 8:45. Time getting a little bit short at the moment for the Bison. Scottsbluff, this is their wheelhouse. Up 10 with the football and the ability to just run it. Cruel, handoff, fake the handoff to Chris. Harsh. He picks up a yard. They're going to give him 2 out across midfield to the Bison 49-yard line, and that'll make it 4th down and about 4. Coming up on the 8-minute mark left in this game tonight.
This is one of those games, Chris, as a player, when you go home, you're going to be exhausted because it takes everybody giving every ounce that they have for the whole 4 quarters. And, you see both teams are doing that.
What a playoff tune-up for both these teams tonight.
Yeah, you can't ask for any better tune-up. That's a great punt.
Gary boots one. That's going to roll inside the 10, inside the 5. Thought it was going to roll dead at around the 2 or maybe 1, and had one or 2 extra revolutions on that football. And it crosses the yellow goal line. So the Bison.
Great try by Cameron. That was a great punt. We just kicked it away from their return man, and none of our coverage guys could get down there and stop it as it just trickled across that line.
Chris Busby, Mike, is tired. He's just on the sideline. Coach Joe Benson just basically wrapped his left arm around him and helped him stand up, and I think he was just giving him a hug to tell him, hey, man, we got 7.5 to go. Let's keep going.
Going to need you again.
What a great night here at Bearcat Stadium. 2 tremendous football teams. Cam Berry going to look for a big play, and his Faber had Reif Schneider beat. Keegan's not 100% at the moment, limping around a little bit after that play, but Faber ran his route more to the inside along the hash mark, and Berry's ball went wide along the numbers. 2nd down and 10. 7:34 to play. I think Jeff Gross is thinking, I need one quick drive. I've got to get a quick score somehow, and then we can start to feel a little bit more comfortable about trying to make this comeback. Scottsbluff continues to play lights out defensively. Another play action pass. Heat coming. Roar on the run. Roar sacks Berry. Back at the 5. Garrett Nelson had pressure. Luke Roar had pressure. It's Roar with the QB sack. Back to the 5. A loss of 15. They're going to put it at the 7, it looks like. So call it a loss of 13 for Cameron Berry. And that's going to puncture his rushing numbers quite a bit. And now it's 3rd down and a mile for the Bison.
Great pressure by Roar, Nelson.
23 yards needed on this 3rd down play for McCook. Scottsbluff has laid down the law defensively so far tonight. The handoff goes to Paxton Terry. Garrett Nelson with the tackle after a short gain of 2, and that'll make it 4th and at 20 yards to go right now. And no option other than punt the football away for McCook.
It's amazing how one big play can really turn the tide. That sack was huge.
Faber halfway deep into his end zone. Good snap, back to Morgan Faber. High punt, going to come up shy of midfield. That's going to take a Scottsbluff bounce, but a good effort down on punt coverage by James Mockery to swat that football in the air, make some contact, and the ball is dead at that spot. Scottsbluff, great field position with 6:05 to play and one offensive drive to finish this thing off here tonight. It could be.
Yeah, if you can even get a few first downs, if you can get a couple first downs, try to get yourself into field goal range, come away with points, it's a bonus, but the clock is what you really need to worry about right now. Taking care of that ball, don't give them any field position, and eat that clock.
1st and 10 for Scottsbluff. Harsh in the shotgun with Busby, waiting on a handoff. It comes to Chris. Chris tackled by DJ Gross. A pair of All-Staters meeting up at the line of scrimmage right there. 2 tremendous high school football players, Gross and Busby. Under 6 minutes to play. Coach Mark Moran, one of the assistants, longtime assistants for Scottsbluff, told me at practice on Wednesday that Jake McLean is an outstanding defensive coordinator, and he would have a plan in place tonight, and it would work. Mark Moran was correct to this point.
Yep.
2nd down and 10. Bearcats over the football with center Brandon Larson. Milking some clock, down to 5 minutes and 23 seconds to play in regulation. Snap to Harsh. Handoff, fake the handoff. It's Harsh on the QB keep, stacked up near the line of scrimmage. That'll be a gain of 1 is all for Sebastian Harsh. The early pick from Harsh, we've got a flag down at the 40. The early pick from Harsh, but that's been the only turnover. Scottsbluff winning the turnover battle so far tonight. Holding on Scottsbluff the call. That'll cost him 10. And after the mark-off, Scottsbluff will have it. 2nd down and long at the McCook 40, or at their own, Scottsbluff with it at their own 48-yard line. Line to get is the Bison 33. Clock continues to run. We're at 4:55 to play. Harsh checks the back judge's signal, and the handoff comes to Jacob Krull. They've got the edge sealed. Good block by Busby. Krull still on his feet, and Hard running to the 35. Falls forward. He might have a 1st down.
Great second effort by Krull.
I think the ball came loose. It wound up in Chris Busby's hands down there on the pile. Chris gets up. And on 3rd down and 19, 2nd and 19, they hand it off to Krull. I'm going to guess he's just barely short. They're going to bring the chains in from the far side. Boy, what a 1st down pickup this would be. Even if they don't have it, it's going to be 3rd down and short.
About a half a yard away, it looks like, Chris.
So a 3rd and 1 situation upcoming.
Great effort by Krull. Good scheme, good blocking. Krull got to the outside, finally got the corner turned.
You could hear the excitement from the coaches up above, knowing that they had got the blocking scheme exactly the way they wanted it, and the big play was possible for Krull. So they had that one scouted out well. Good call from up top, I think.
Yeah. And now crunch time.
This entire game has felt like crunch time.
Yeah, well, this is a big one. We can eat another couple minutes off the clock if we can get a first down here.
Scottsbluff trying to salt this thing
Yeah!
away. Hard count. And Brandon Larson stands his ground. He gets run over by Nick Baker. And that'll be a first down for the Bearcats.
You know, a hard count came through.
Four minutes and 23 seconds left to play here tonight. Penalty goes against McCook.
We
First
haven't
down.
seen that hard count a lot this year.
We haven't.
And that's been a good thing.
Yes.
Because that's not, because like we said, they have 8 game films. And if you see them doing that 3 times a game, you're probably going to be ready for it.
There's been very few opponents Scottsbluff has played that they need to utilize the hard count to win a football game.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And now, when it counts, we're able to do it.
10-point lead, 4 minutes, 3 seconds to play. By the time this football snapped, we're going to be under 4 minutes. Hand off to Busby, quick cut back, Lang in there. First guy defensively with some contact on Chris Busby. McCook doing all they can to just try and rip the football away from Chris. That'll be a gain of 1 for Busby. It'll be second down and 9.
Chris is going to sleep well tonight. He's put in a workload.
We talked about lightening his load throughout the middle portion of the season, and what that was going to mean was a night like tonight, his body was going to be ready for the toll it was going to take. 204
yards on 28 carries so far.
The player of the night in the state of Nebraska, quite possibly Chris Busby, as we've now got the clock down to 3 minutes and 5 seconds to play at the snap. Hand off to Krull. Krull slips one defender. He fumbled the football. McCook has it. Jacob Krull picks up about 4, and he coughed it up. And the Bison have a last-ditch life here. Gain of 4, second turnover tonight for Scottsbluff. Three minutes left in the ball game. The Bison have the football. Down 10, 23-13. They were going to need a break just to have a shot. Krull fumbled. They've got a break. Barry in the shotgun. Two receivers left, one right. Delay a game.
That's where it's coming from. Yep.
Wow. So it'll be 1st and 15. Crowd's been engaged here on the home side all night long tonight, Mike. Student section has been standing throughout.
Yeah, great crowd.
Extra seats brought in over on the far side. Bearcats before a snap on this drive defensively already with McCook behind the chains. Barry takes the snap. Straight drop. Barry. A little bit underthrown to Bunger. That's going to draw a flag. Paris Magdaleno will be whistled for pass interference. It's just tough. Underthrown balls bring contact when receivers adjust first. And I mean, it wasn't much, but there was probably a little bit of something there. And I think the flag flies, letter of the law.
The good thing is it's not at the spot of the foul. It's only a 15-yard penalty, so
yeah,
we're not going to get hurt too bad.
You'll give them 5 of those rather than one big completion.
Yeah. Paris was in a pretty good spot, just like you said, little underthrown ball. And
2 minutes, 55 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Scottsbluff continues to lead 23-13, trying to close out a perfect regular season 9-0. Close out a district title, wrap up the 2 seed in the Class B state playoffs. Less than 3 minutes away from accomplishing all of it. Sebastian Harsh with a sack on Cam Barry. Harsh drops him for a loss of 9 back to the 25-yard line. Sebastian Harsh has been playing a bunch of defensive snaps here tonight. He's been one of the best both sides of the football. Harsh with the stop, loss back to the 25-yard line. Going to be second down and long now for the Bison. In line to reach is their own 49-yard line, just for a first down by 10. Berry, straight drop, pressure comes, steps up. Berry wants a block, and Magdaleno will force him out of bounds near side. Berry back across the original line of scrimmage, and he takes the football to the McCook 36-yard line, a run of 11. And now a much more manageable third down. 4-down territory here for McCook with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to play in this one. Third down and 8 for the visitors tonight. The Bison have it, right hash, down 10. Berry steps up and met by Rohr, still steps out, and eventually Rohr falls on him. That'll be a loss of 1 for Cameron Berry, and it'll set up fourth down and about 9. A timeout taken by the Bison. We'll step away quickly, back with 1:58 to play. Scottsbluff leads by 10 on the West Coast scoreboard.
My big secret for designing a quality kitchen on a budget is J&K Cabinetry. They have all the great standard features that my clients love. Solid wood doors and frames, soft close doors and drawers, dovetail joinery. The quality is amazing. J&K Cabinetry has 17 beautiful locations, sells directly to designers, contractors, and dealers, and provides plenty of options for a semi-custom look. But the most important thing is having a satisfied client and just seeing how much they love their kitchen. J&K Cabinetry, a new kitchen around you.
ZM Lumber in Scottsbluff, your local headquarters for J&K Cabinetry.
At TC & More, the Christmas decorations are up and fall decor is 30% off. We invite you to begin your Christmas shopping with us, as you can find more of everything at TC & More. Please mark your calendars for our annual holiday open house with store-wide sales. This event is coming up on Thursday, November 1st and continuing through Saturday, November 3rd. Come enjoy some hors d'oeuvres, register for door prizes, and receive free gift wrapping. Located at 1621 Broadway. Gifts for everyone at TC & More in beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
KNEB.TV, 101.7 The Trail, and KNEB.com. What could be a very exciting and happy runs of post-game show. On the way here in just a few minutes. Two of the best in the state of Nebraska, McCook and Scottsbluff, locking horns here tonight at Bearcat Stadium. That'll be a timeout now taken by Scottsbluff. We'll step away again quickly. KNEB 23-13, Scottsbluff on the West Coast scoreboard.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience. Locate a dealer at biggreenegg.com.
Last school year, 17 students were honored as the Platte Valley Company's Star Student of the Week. Kids from Scottsbluff, Gering, Bridgeport, Bayard, Mitchell, and Banner County received winning nominations, and with a new school year underway, it's once again time for the public to nominate deserving K-12 students to be the next Star Student of the Week. How do you get your nomination in? Just go to pvbank.com, fill out the nomination form, and watch KNEB.TV News every Friday during the school year to see if your star student was selected.
Fourth down play. Cam Berry takes a shot deep, overshoots his intended receiver, Morgan Favre. Closest defender, defensive back Keegan Reifschneider, and Scottsbluff forces the 4-down stop on the Bison. And the Bearcats in prime position right now. 1 minute and 52 seconds left to go. Until triple zeros are on the clock, you're not going to feel safe with the Bison on the field.
You're never safe, no. Looks like they've got 2 timeouts left, too, so we're going to need to find a way to get a couple first downs.
That said, I think I just saw Joe Benson smile on the sideline. Minute 52 to play, 23-13. Cats will have it. The big night has come from Chris Busby offensively. Over 200 yards rushing against a defense that came in allowing A little over 60 yards rushing total per game on the year. Handoff to Chris, runs right, stopped at the line of scrimmage, no gain. But again, this is just the start for both of these teams. You win a district title if you're Scottsbluff and you win this thing. But we're talking about 2 and 3 seeds in the bracket most likely when things get finalized tomorrow morning. So both of these teams primed to make noise in the Class B bracket. Scottsbluff will be at home next Friday night. Minute and 16 seconds to play. Jeff Gross bypassing, taking even timeouts at this point. Design cutback run to Chris Busby, and that'll get him inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 more to the total for Busby. A man down, that's Kleckner for McCook. Last thing anybody wants to see with the postseason looming. Kleckner's up on his feet. Timeout here on the field, taken probably an injury timeout. Stoppage by the officials. "65 seconds left in this one here tonight. 23-13. .105 left in the game. Quickly grab that final or score if it's not final from Crosstown. Shadron leads Gearing 30-17 in the fourth quarter. Scottsbluff set to go to 9-0 if they can close things out here in the final 65 seconds with a 10-point lead on the McCook Bison here tonight. Cruel in motion, Harsh gives it to Chris. Busby picks up positive yardage down to around the 26. 3 more, and I believe that's going to move the chains. If so, that'll officially put a bow on this one for tonight. They're going to walk the sticks in from the far sideline. McCook has won 5 in a row in this series, 15 of the last 16, and it's going to feel real good here in about 60 seconds for everybody involved with Scottsbluff High football. Better get the credit card out. First down. That'll do it. We'll have a look at post-game numbers on the Runs of Post-Game show. Rundown of stats. Also our Taco John's player of the game. That's going to be Chris Busby. No suspense here. First and 10 situation right now for the Bearcats in victory formation. 52 seconds left here tonight. And the home folks feeling it on the stands near side. Taking a knee, Sebastian Harsh. Maybe one more snap. Derek Deaver exiting the press box. Scottsbluff is going to win the football game here tonight. The clock down to 20 seconds. Sebastian Harsh waving the fans on, a fist bump. Chris Busby's got the helmet off. We're down to the final tick of the clock. And the buzzer sounds. Scottsbluff a winner at home tonight in a Class B showdown. They win the B4 District Championship. They improved to 9-0. Joe Benson and Jeff Gross with a hug at midfield. And these two might not be done with one another this season. We'll wait Have to go a few more weeks to find out about that. As is here tonight, Scottsbluff wins a monster game at home, 23-13. They win the district championship. They finish the regular season 9-0. They'll be the number 2 seed in Class B's playoff bracket when things get released officially coming up tomorrow morning. We'll have the Runs a post-game show coming up here shortly. 23-13, the final. Cats a winner over McCook on the West Coast scoreboard. Sure was.
Have you heard the exciting news? Western Nebraska Regional Airport will be offering flights with United Airlines operated by SkyWest beginning January 30th, 2018. What's even better? You'll get to earn and use your United points. Reservations with United are now available, plus all United miles can be earned and redeemed with all flights. While you're at Western Nebraska Regional Airport, grab a bite to eat at the Flight Deck restaurant, plus Hearst Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. So make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Being an Allo customer just got even better. 3 times better, in fact. We've tripled our standard internet speed from 100 to 300 megs at no additional cost to you. This isn't one of those limited time offers that will melt away either. 3 times the streaming, 3 times the gaming, 3 times the uploading, all for the same price. Why? Because we love our customers. Allo, no gimmicks, no limits, no kidding. And still no contracts.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Coverage of tonight's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by these Bison area sponsors: Seinert's Bakery, Lifetime Eye Care, Citadelli Italian Restaurant and Deli, Samway's Floor Covering and Furniture, and Schmick's Market. Proud to support the McCook Bison.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience.
Visit the experts at Paul Reed Construction, your authorized Big Green Egg dealer.
Shut out a career night, and if not a career high in rushing yards, it's still a career night when you consider the opponent on the other sideline. Chris Busby went off. We'll have a full rundown on stats and take a look at Chris's night. We'll have a post-game coach's interview. Maybe Coach Benson, maybe Judd Hall, might see Jake McClain, maybe all 3 stop up here after a type of win we just saw here tonight. Final 23-13 as Scottsbluff wins it at home. They win the district championship. And they win the district championship over the McCook Bison. Jeff Gross talking to his charges down around the 40. Joe Benson, his staff, talking to the Bearcats down around their 15-yard line. And you know the message to both these teams from head coaches are, you just played a really good football team, and this is just the beginning for where we want to go over the next few weeks. Tremendous game tonight out west here in Scottsbluff as Scottsbluff knocks off McCook 23-13. Right now, let's get to that scoring recap. In the first quarter, Chris Busby started his monster night with 2:35 to play, a 48-yard TD run. Walker's kick made it 7-0. McCook answered right back, gave Sainert a 46-yard touchdown run. PAT made it 7-7. Second quarter action, Paxton Terry, a 12-yard run for the Bison. Kick block, no good. They led 13-7. Busby with 4:21 to play, a 31-yard touchdown run. Kick blocked from Walker. It was 13-13 at that point. Then a key play in the game came late in the first half. Scottsbluff punting, a low line drive kick that bounced around, touched a would-be blocker by McCook, recovered by Scottsbluff, and after a little bit of a drive down inside the red zone, inside the 10, final play of the half, a Caleb Walker 21-yard field goal. Scottsbluff led 16-3, never trailed from that point on. The only score of the second half came with 7:07 to play off a Barry fumble and a harsh recovery. Chris Busby scored his third and final touchdown of the night, a 30-yard run. That's right, 48, 31, and 30-yard touchdown runs tonight, 3 total. And he had a monster night rushing the football. We'll get to some of those final post-game stats coming up here in just a bit. Runs a post-game show continues in a moment. 23-13 the final as Scottsbluff wins tonight over McCook on the West Coast scoreboard.
Anyone who calls it a hobby doesn't understand. We know that a person's passion is what drives them. And that's why every memorial we create is a true reflection of the individual. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other. Find out how at dignitynebraska.com.
My big secret for designing a quality kitchen on a budget is J&K Cabinetry. They have all the great standard features that my clients love. Solid wood doors and frames, soft close doors and drawers, dovetail joinery. The quality is amazing. J&K Cabinetry has 17 beautiful locations, sells directly to designers, contractors, and dealers, and provides plenty of options for a semi-custom look. But the most important thing is having a satisfied client and just seeing how much they love their kitchen. J&K Cabinetry, a new kitchen around you.
ZM Lumber in Scottsbluff, your local headquarters for J&K Cabinetry.
Tonight at home to win the district championship for Scottsbluff and lock up the 2 seed in the Class B bracket that comes out tomorrow morning. Scott a winner earlier this evening over Norris 34-7. Scottsbluff handles business home tonight against rival McCook 23-13. Time to catch up and visit with a victorious offensive coordinator for the Cats, Judd Hall. Coach, you knew this was going to be a slugfest from start to finish. Just 1 score in the second half. Chris had a huge night. We'll get to him in a moment. But overall, what do you say about your football team for the way they came out and played tonight?
It was a tremendous effort. I mean, everywhere on both sides of the ball. Special teams, once again, our special teams unit made a huge difference in the game because it's a field position game when you play against a good team like this. They have an explosive guy back there at punt return, and I don't think they returned 1 punt on us tonight. We got a turnover on a special teams, so I think it was huge contributions from all phases of the game tonight, and that's what it takes when you play a great team.
McCook came in defensively, allowing on the year just 63 yards per game total to opponents each game rushing. Chris Busby tonight had 31 carries, 213 yards, rushing touchdowns that covered 48, 31, and 30 yards. I don't think it was a career high in rushing yards, but this was a career high, career night on the big stage for the big man.
Absolutely. Chris had a great game tonight, and he was kept coming off and saying, hey, keep giving me the ball. I feel good. And when you have when your players are confident and they're saying that the guys in front of them are doing their job, it makes it pretty easy to give the guy the ball. He's wanting it. He's telling me that the guys up front are blocking for him, so I'll give him the ball. I have no problem doing that when guys are playing that confident and want the ball in their hands in this type of situation.
Talk about your offensive line. Obviously stepped up, and this had to be their high water mark of the season.
Absolutely, and they knew it. It was a focus all week for our 7 guys up front, along with our fullback, and that's going to go unnoticed, potentially unnoticed tonight. But I think Josiah played his best game of his career at fullback. It's not going to show up in the stat line of him getting any carries, but what we did offensively running the ball doesn't happen with those guys up front and then a kick out block from the fullback. So, it was just a gutsy effort by all our kids.
You know, at practice on Wednesday, I'm standing around when things are wrapping up, and Coach Benson's told me this is a player-led team a couple of times this year. Those guys take the bull by the horn, speaking to everyone else, and when you guys are finishing with practice, delivering a little message. But the coaching staff also made it known that tonight, regardless, win or lose, was just going to be the beginning of trying to get to where you guys want to go. What was the message to the kids down here on the field afterwards tonight?
First message was enjoy it, because it's not very often you get to play in a situation like this with a great crowd, great environment, two great teams just battling out. So first of all, enjoy the victory, be smart over the weekend, and then come back ready to work on Monday. From now on, it's loser out now. So if you don't show up on any given night, if you don't prepare throughout the week, I mean, you're going home. And we're too good to go home right away, but we still got to come to work, because now everybody's going to be good that you play now.
Another thing I took away from practice the other day, I was talking with Coach Moran, and he said Jake McClain is a tremendous defensive coordinator, and he would have a plan in place that would allow the defense to play winning football. They pitched a shutout in the second half. What do you have to say about Coach McClain and what he was able to do with these guys tonight?
He sees the game, and he knows. I mean, he's amazing. What he sees and what he anticipates, where he puts guys throughout the week in practice to take away their best play, it's pretty special. I'm glad he's on our team for sure.
I want to go back to Chris. One of the new wrinkles it looked like tonight was that design cutback run where he stuck that foot in the ground and immediately went back against the grain. What was the thought process in going to that, installing it? What did you see on film that thought you could have some success there?
Run away from their good guys.
How do you? They got a lot of them.
Yeah, they do, but they have a really special guy in number 88.
Wow.
That Coach Gross's son, DJ, is a heck of a player. So we put some wrinkles into some misdirection stuff, because he is such a tremendous player. Hopefully get him to take one or two false steps that gets us a better angle to block him, and I think that's what happened a little bit on that play tonight. He stepped one step to his left, and that allowed. I mean, Chris, you make one wrong step, he's fast enough to make you pay for it, and I think that's what happened tonight. But yeah, I mean, it was as simple as that. Run away from their best dude.
Felt like there was, I should say, well, maybe felt, because we heard a lot of footsteps and banging from up top, but we heard things from up there as well. It sounded like maybe some good play calls coming from the press box tonight that allowed you to make some calls down on the field in some key spots.
It's a total team effort, and you know what? You can't always see everything that's going on in the trenches from down at that ground level, and that's what we rely on our coaches in the box to tell us. They did some stuff in the second half, that some twist game, some stunt game, slant game with their defensive linemen, trying to throw our schemes off, and the guys upstairs were able to notice that right away. Allowed us to change our scheme to match what they were trying to do, and that's what it takes, a total team effort to pull out a victory like this.
Mike, you got anything for Coach on a tremendous night here at home?
You said it, man. Enjoy it. These kind of games don't come around very often, and hey, it's great to come out on the winning side, and looks like we came out relatively healthy. So new season starts Monday, playoff season.
Yep,
so
absolutely. This is what you practice. This is what you practice all year for, is to hopefully put yourself in a situation to play good football at the right time. You never know. The last couple of weeks we've had some games where our kids were playing a half, maybe 3/4 of football. Tonight we had to play 4 quarters, and I think we might be pretty good after a game like this tonight. I mean, I think it settles your nerves a little bit. It lets you know that we're doing things the right way, and I think we might be pretty good.
Obviously, there's bigger fish to fry, but I know this one feels really good. So congratulations.
Thank you.
On the win over McCook. Congratulations on the district title, a 9-0 perfect regular season. And like you said, back to work on Monday, and I know you guys will be buckled down, ready to go next Friday night. And enjoy this one tonight, Coach. Thanks a lot for stopping up.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Congrats on a big win to Scottsbluff. They win 23-13. We'll come back with more on the Runs of Postgame show right after this on KNEB. Great job.
Have you heard the exciting news? Western Nebraska Regional Airport will be offering flights with United Airlines operated by SkyWest beginning January 30th, 2018. What's even better? You'll get to earn and use your United points. Reservations with United are now available, plus all United miles can be earned and redeemed with all flights. While you're at Western Nebraska Regional Airport, grab a bite to eat at the Flight Deck restaurant, plus Hearst Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. So make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Back on KNEB.TV tonight, 101.7 The Trail. Great. Manny Sharp has attacked Judd Hall, talking about things following the big win tonight at home for Scottsbluff, 23-13, as the Cats take care of business, win the district. Perfect regular season, 9-0, and they do all that by knocking off the Bison, 23-13. Let's get to our post-game statistics rundown now, brought to you by Arby's, the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. For a look at the numbers, I'll turn it over to Big Mike Colley.
Bearcats had 288 rushing yards tonight, and 213 of those came from Chris Busby on 31 carries. Sebastian Harsh had 16 carries for 52, and Jacob Kruel got it going in the second half, ended up with 5 carries for 23 yards. So the Bearcats overall had 52 carries for 288 yards. In the passing game, Sebastian Harsh was 4 for 10 for 34 yards, hit 4 different receivers on the night. Reifschneider had 1 catch for 12 yards. Delzer had 1 catch for 15. Darnell had 1 catch for 22. And Diolis had 1 catch for 11. All were big plays at the time as well. So, again, 4 for 10, 34 yards. So that brings the Bearcat total yards to 322 on the night. McCook ended with 206 total yards on the night. 140 of those were rushing. They had 33 carries for 140 yards. Their leading rusher was Seinert. He had 5 for 57. Paxton Terry had 11 for 55. Cam Berry had 15 for 19. And Alec Bunger had 2 carries for 9 yards. Cam Berry was 4 for 8 in the passing game for 66 yards. 2 of those were in the first half to Favre. He had 2 for 47. Paxton Terry had 1 catch for 5 yards, and Bunger had 1 catch for 14 yards. So, you look at the stats. Bearcats out-yarded them by about 100 yards. We about doubled them up in first downs. It was about 18-9 and somewhere in that neighborhood. Time of possession, I think we had more possessions than them and made it count. We were able to eat that clock at the end, and great night for the Bearcats.
Those stats, a lot of times the stats don't tell the story of the final score. Those stats tell you about a 10-point win for the team that put up the better numbers. It's it's sort of rare that happens on a Friday night, but stats kind of dictated that that's the way the game ended up tonight. And you just got to tip your cap, to McCook. They're so well coached. Jeff Gross is one of the best in the business, flat out, period. And they're going to be making some noise starting next week as well.
No doubt.
But Joe Benson, Judd Hall, Jake McLean, high praise coming from assistant coaches towards Coach McLean this week. And, boy, what a performance all 3 phases of the game here tonight as Scottsbluff gets a home win over McCook by the score of 23-13. We'll come back, start to wrap things up here tonight, and get to our Taco John's player of the game right after this on KNEB.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Winter weather brings winter clothing to compliments for you and your home. Start with women's fashion from FDJ, Renoir, Montana Company, and many more. We have beautiful and original ladies' fashions that appeal to women of all ages and sizes. Also, remember to complement your outfit with a bag from Melly Bianco. Finally, get your home ready for the holiday season with decor that brings joy to your life. Compliments for you and your home. Open Thursday evenings and Sunday afternoons now through Christmas.
Chris Cottrell, Mike Colley, back to wrap things up tonight here on KNB.TV and 101.7 The Trail runs a post-game show wrapping up. We're going to get to our Taco John's player of the game right now. Taco John's of Scottsbluff and Gering make it a game day tradition. Unwrap the original before or after every game. This is an absolute no-brainer as I think we've ever had. Chris Busby, 31 rushing attempts tonight, Mike, 213 yards on the biggest of stages, at least in the regular season, that you're going to find in a matchup of undefeated. It's one of the best defenses you're going to come across annually, year after year, this Bison stop unit. And Chris Busby absolutely, I mean, there's no other way to put it. He ripped McCook apart in the run game tonight. 3 touchdowns and 213.
He was the man, and he sealed the deal at the end, too, getting us first down yards so we could keep that clock running. And, yeah, there is no doubt. Great game.
So final score here tonight, 23-13, Scottsbluff, the 2 seed, heading into the playoffs next week. District title, that's secured. 9-0 regular season. They knocked that out of the park here tonight. And McCook will head home 8-1. They'll lick their wounds for maybe just a minute, and they'll get back to work and be ready to get after it starting next week as well in round 1. We might not be done with these 2 teams locking horns. They could be a potential semifinal game here back at Bearcat Stadium in about 3 weeks. Mike Colley, great job as always tonight. This was a fun one up here in the booth, wasn't it?
It was a blast. Thank you, Chris, for having me. I love the view up here.
Yep, my pleasure. Great job with our KNB.TV crew tonight. Bill Boyer producing with TJ Albright. Our entire camera crew led by Justin Hanshoe. Beretta Coates running the radio broadcast engineering from back at the KNB studios. I know we had plenty of viewers in the McCook area tonight, not just there, but all around the great state of Nebraska, and a big thanks to all of you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the football game. It was a dandy here, and we had a great front row seat here at Bearcat Stadium. 23-13 the final score. Scottsbluff a winner tonight over the McCook Bison. That'll do it from Bearcat Stadium tonight. Have a great rest of your Friday evening and a safe weekend, everybody.